Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to build a cash flow analysis. This is crucial if you are working for a general contractor or an owner paying a general contractor. Essentially, you have a breakdown of you have an overall idea of what your project value is. However, if your project takes more than a month, this one, for example, takes 12 months, you're going to want to know how much you're getting paid and how much you're getting withheld and how much you're paying each month so that you can understand your cash flow. If you have obligations to other contractors or suppliers, you can understand how much is coming in so you can pay them. And so if there's an issue, you can bring that up early on. So this is the example of what it's going to look like at the end. Let's go to the working tab here. Um, There we go. First thing we're going to do is highlight column A, control spacebar, Alt H, O, W3. Next thing we're going to do is call this project Starkey. Give a disclaimer. All values in USD. If your numbers are condensed, you can say all values are in thousands of dollars or what have you, but we'll keep this simple. Next thing we're going to do is go with assumptions. Here in cell B5, let's highlight over to column O, Alt HH. Get this nice blue color, Control B, there we go. All right, and then let's fill in our assumptions. So we have our duration, contract value. Let's go with a down payment, retention, and then a check. And this is going to come in at the very end. Next thing we're going to do, let's take this assumptions and copy it down. So Shift spacebar, Control C, go to cell B12, Shift spacebar, Control V, and call this cash flow analysis. And then let's just take these values here all the way down to retention, Control C, Control V, perfect. All right, and now let's focus on a little bit of formatting. So let's go with Control Spacebar, Alt H O I. That will automatically resize the column that these values are in. Project Starkey, let's Alt HH, give this a darker title here, and then Alt HFC, give it a white color, a white font, sorry. Control B. Okay, perfect. And then last couple things on formatting, duration, Alt HBB, and then retention, highlight over Alt HBU. That gives us a nice top single layer. Next thing we're going to do is get rid of the grid lines. So that is just Alt WVG. Perfect. All right, now let's fill in our actual assumptions here. So duration we'll do in a second. Contract value, $12 million. Down payment is going to be 10 or 5%, sorry, so 0.05. Retention 0.1 for 10%, and the check we'll do at the very end. Down payment and retention, let's highlight those. Alt HP to turn them into percentages. Contract value, Control 1 tab. I like the accounting tab, and then with no dollar symbol. And I should have another. Here we go, 12 million. Perfect. Last thing, Alt HFC M tab. Let's just let's give this a nice. I like my for my spreadsheets numbers that are formulas and numbers that are kind of punched in or hard coded. I like to separate. So those are blue because they're hard coded. Excuse me. Everything else will be black because it's a formula. Next thing, duration. We're going to highlight everything here. Control 1, tab, and scroll all the way to the bottom. Custom, quotation, month, end quotation, and then the number symbol, pound sign, whatever you want to call it. And we'll start here. That would give us month 1. And then just drag over equals +1, and it gives us month 2. And then if we Control R all the way to the end, month 12, perfect. And I actually made a mistake here. This is a good lesson. So let's Alt-HBN, get rid of that, and put a total here. My mistake. And then re-add that, Alt-HBU, and then Control-B. Perfect. Okay, contract value. Let's start adding these in. So these are the actual amounts that you're getting paid as a contractor per month. So we're just going to get that value divided by the max of however months they are. So, and then times, open parenthesis, 1 minus your down payment. Because we're getting a down payment early on, we're going to have that subtracted from our base pay. Last thing we do before we press enter here is let's just turn these into absolute values. So F4 to keep everything that we want in place so that down payment, cell C8, no matter where the formula is, we want it to stay in place. Same with this max, same with the contract value. Enter, perfect. And then let's Control C, highlight over here, Alt E, SF, enter. And then we actually need to change the formatting on these numbers. So Control 1, tab, let's go back to that accounting. 0 decimal places, no $sign, perfect. Okay, down payment, we said was going to be 5% of the contract value. Okay, and for the down payment, we only need it in one cell because we're only getting one down payment. Next is retention. This is, excuse me, this is going to be a negative number. So we're going to press equals negative sum, and we're going to add the down payment and contract value times the retention. So and then retention here is going to be an absolute value. The down payment and contract value are not absolute because we want them to shift with our formulas. Enter. There we go. So our retention is negative $155,000 for month 1, meaning that we're being withheld 10% of everything, including the down payment. And so let's see, let's Control copy. And I'm going to intentionally make a mistake here. Alt ESF, enter. Let's see if you can catch what I've done. And then let's just add these all together. Perfect. Okay. So here's where the check comes in. So let's go back to our assumptions. So equals max. And the reason that we're having this is because if we go and add more months into the cash flow analysis, this number will change. And we're going to actually change the format there. All right, so the check. So equals, we're going to do an if function, sum of these numbers, close parenthesis, equals the contract value, comma, quotation, okay. So if the total on the cash flow analysis equals that contract value, then we're going to see that it's okay, comma. If it does not match, we're going to put error. So I mentioned before that I intentionally made a mistake. And if you've had a few minutes to try to guess what it is, this month 12, the way that retention works is that we're withheld whatever the retention amount is until the project is over. And so ideally in this perfect scenario that we're creating, that would be month 12. And so we actually want to get paid that money back. So all we're going to do is press equals negative, because a negative times a negative equals positive. We're going to put sum, open parenthesis, and drag over everything over here. Perfect. Okay, so at the very end of the project, we get $1.5 million back. That makes it so where we get paid $2 million our very last month, and that gives us an okay check here. Perfect. Okay, so last couple things. This is just formatting. Let's press that Shift spacebar again, drag down to row 10, Alt-A-G-G, and then cash flow analysis, same thing, all the way to the bottom, Alt-A-G-G, and then the guts, whatever's in the cash flow analysis, let's do it again, Alt-A-G-G. There we go. Now, if we were to print this to somebody that didn't really need to see all that stuff in there, repayment, retention, down payment. If we just wanted to kind of show them the cash flow analysis with no assumptions, we could close this, and that would be printable. If not, if we want to show them the assumptions, we could show them that, and then to an insider, we could show them everything that we're being withheld during the project. But that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. Appreciate you watching, and have a great day. Thank you. Hey guys, just wanted to add one more thing for the last couple of minutes. So we have the duration here of max. We've added them in this function. We put in numbers here instead of just typing in month. I wanted to show you why. So let's say, for example, we have a project manager come back and say, hey guys, this is actually going to be a 14-month project. Let's keep the contract value and rates the same, but we have to add 2 more months. Perfect. So all we're going to do is go to month 6, Control spacebar, add another month, Alt-H-I-C, and then we just need to drag these over and Control R, and there we go. The project value hasn't changed, but the duration has changed, and as you can see, our monthly payments have also changed. If we go back to our example of 12 months, $855,000 a month versus $732. And if we want to get rid of those, say he comes back and says, actually, guys, sorry, it is going to be 12 months. No problem. Alt-H-D-C. This is a reference because it's subtracting, or it's adding months that aren't there anymore. So all we've got to do is take month 6, Control R to the very end, and that brings us back to where we were before. So just a quick overview of why we do it this way. These are numbers, not punched in values, because it makes it super easy for when some sort of modification comes up. It's very, very fast versus hand typing it and trying to calculate it, where you could potentially make a mistake. Thank you so much.